Okay, so here we are. About ready to pull out. You can see all the buildings over there. We're next to LA. And then Audi R8 to my left. Tons of Lamborghinis, it seems like. We should have some nice roads out here. Meeting up with a ton of exotic cars, well, supercars for a rally. Now, I was actually invited out here by BH2, which they put on fantastic rallies. They really do. At least that's what I've seen so far about them. It's my first time attending. This is a supercar-only rally, and this car was invited. So that's really awesome how we now have the American cars going to these kind of events, these functions. There goes the 720S. Flying by. Imagine if this car had that kind of horsepower, what would it be like? We made it to pit stop number 1. Here's the thing, how many cars do you see around us can do 0 to 60 in less than 3 seconds? Now compare all the cars around us and see what cars have the most horsepower. Now if that shows you something good, then that's the idea, because if this is the starting point again, man, the Z06, the ZR1, whatever's coming next, I cannot wait. Well, this is it. Let's go check out some of the cars around here. Now, ideally, here's the thing. I do want to do more comparisons with exotic cars on the channel with this right here, this being the first step into the exotic direction for Chevrolet. But even with our Track Pack GT500, on track, it would be really cool to see how it compares against like an Aventador S over there, even the 720S right here. As you know, with this car, the 720S, we have 710 horsepower, and the car is light as a feather, right? So 3,000 pounds. Now imagine that on the racetrack, plus with active aero in the back. It is a track weapon. If the C8 Z06 does come with Cup 2Rs and more downforce, it should put on a pretty good fight. Not just that, imagine it going against a 570S on track. This is a nice new scene for the Corvette to be going after. It really is. Look how good the Aventador looks right here. Come on, how can you not like that? Same goes for the Mustang, the GT500 Track Pack. It is a supercar Mustang again. The performance of it is that high that I would think it would come close to these cars on track, maybe even beat them, because 760 horsepower with a DCT, not many cars can say they have that. The 720S again has 710 horsepower with its dual clutch, and that might be the highest horsepower car here that has a dual clutch. It's the new AMG GTR Pro. I saw a few of these for sale at local Mercedes-Benz dealers, and they're asking $100,000 over sticker, which is pretty high. It's kind of like the new Track Pack GT500 in that regard. But honestly, this looks really nice. I can't imagine what it's be like on the racetrack. Full carbon fiber rear wing, GTR with the special green color and the checkered flag. Wow. Please let me know if you think the Track Pack GT500 could compete with that on the road course like Laguna Seca or Willow Springs Raceway. But we'll just check this out. In front of us we have number 2 C8, the second C8 here, and I think we're the only ones, but this is sea brick orange. And in the sunlight, if you look at it closely, you can see how it just reflects with metallic paint coat on it. Speaking about buying an exotic car to have next to the C8 in the garage, should we consider Porsche? Because I know Porsche is one of the top brands for track use. I see so many Porsche GT3s and GT3 RSs at the racetrack, even turbos. Or should we not get a rear engine vehicle, get another mid-engine vehicle like a McLaren, a Ferrari, or a Lamborghini? Here we go, back on the road. Now we've made it to, I think, a canyon road, which is exactly where this car just comes alive. Even without the Cup 2 tires, it's just hooked up. The DCT just works like magic. I've always been a manual enthusiast, but driving the dual clutch, it makes everything so seamless. For a race car, when you drive this fast, it's like you don't want to take any other substitute. It's so easy to use. And the shifts are lightning speed. The second I think that I want to shift, just hit a button. With that being said though, I would like to see a 7-speed manual, a 6-speed manual, just some manual transmission in this car. It'll make it so much fun. Look at this road right here. This is so trippy right now. When you drive this car, you barely have to move the steering wheel at all. I don't ever go further than this right here. So they've gotten pulled over now. Put this car in quiet mode. Here we go. It's blend in like we're an economy car. Over there, there's a police officer.
It's a ticket dismisser car.
What?
It's a ticket dismisser, dude.
No way. I wonder if he's gonna get out of this ticket. Well, gas station pit stop. We got a Viper behind us trying to get gas. We have a cop over there waiting for all of us to do something, I guess. To our right, we have a Ferrari 458. What do you think? 458 and red C8 side by side. This is so crazy. We don't quite need gas because we get 30 mpg when we cool it down. Check this out right here. Ticket dismissers. Another one fights the ticket. And over there is the cop somewhere. So let's see what happens if anything happens with the ticket dismisser. This one. Yep, over there is the sheriff waiting for stuff to go down. That's so funny. But this is an amazing Dodge Viper right here. I love the color on this one. It kind of reminds me of like a burgundy with that tan interior. Wow, this is nice right here. Plus, it's got carbon fiber in the front splitter. Pretty nice. So what do you think? What do you think of this rally so far? I know it's pretty crazy on these rallies with the cops and so forth, but it's just so much fun getting out in a car like that, and even not going to the racetrack again. You can have so much fun just spiritedly driving, plus with other cool cars. I think the cops might want to show up now. It's too loud. I think I've got the most quiet car here. Thank you, Chevy, for creating the front end lift. Oh my gosh. There comes the AMG GTR Pro. Let's see if he makes it. Let's see if he makes it. That's so loud. Oh, it sounds amazing. It looks so cool too. I wonder, that might be a good track car to look into. Really liking that car, guys. There's the Ferrari 458, the red Ferrari. So finally, next stop is gonna be Fusion Motors, where we're going to be checking out some exotics for sale. To contemplate what our next track car should be, that's an exotic. We're keeping this car and the Shelbys, but I do want to step into that whole new field of what it's like. I never would have thought I'd see the day of a Corvette that looks like a Lamborghini or a Ferrari, and it's mid-engine, hanging out with them on a rally like this. This is so unreal. Take a second and think about that. This is the ultimate time to be a car enthusiast. Okay, so this is it. We made it to Fusion Luxury Motors here in, I think, LA, California. All the cars are packed in really tightly, but there's that AMG GTR Pro that we heard while we're driving behind, and wow, honestly, it looks so amazing. This is my thing. I'm always into the track focus version of all cars out there, even the ZL11LE, the Track Pack GT500, right? So ideally, the next track car that we get that's an exotic will have to be a track spec version of one, kind of like how the GT3 RS is versus a GT3, just because this is more my style right here, because we track so much. Look how good this car looks. I'm still in shock to this day. How is this a Corvette? The best part is, it still looks good even next to an Aventador and other exotics. Thank you. All right, Cobra right here. Check that out, the Ford GT that I got denied for by Ford Motor Company. Well, now we found one at a used car dealership. I would have totally tracked it, but anyways, pretty cool set of cars in there. P1 LaFerrari Senna GTR, but ideally when it comes to buying an exotic, I'm looking at a 720S or a 600LT, and maybe the new Ferrari F8. It looks pretty good to me, and honestly, tracking that would be unlike anything else. As my main goal of buying an exotic it is two-track because we know how good the Mustang Shelbys are. We're gonna keep doing that, but also be tapping in with the C8 Corvette, doing road course racing with that. And lastly, the one thing we're missing out on is the foreign cars. So that's the reason behind it. And one of them on the table is a GT2 RS. So please let me know in the comment section down below which exotic track car we should get. Look what we just found tucked away in the corner, the entire facility. What is this? If you know what this is, please let me know in the comment section down below. It says SAAF. Not sure what it is actually, but it looks very wild. And to the right, we have is this a full carbon fiber Corvette? No way. Exposed carbon absolutely everywhere. It's literally on the ground right now, it seems like. How much lighter would this be versus a stock C7? I would love to find that out. And not just that, it's got way wider wheels and tires with that bolted on wide body kit right there. Check that out. I don't know, if you know anything about these two cars right here, more information about them, please let me know, because pretty crazy. Definitely pretty crazy. Okay, well anyways, thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button, really help me out, and also subscribe for much more great C8 Corvette content coming your way. I'll see all of you in the next episode.